Hey, so I'm just waiting to pick up my daughter. She went on a road trip to go see Davis and Stanford for with the teen center here on the base. And as I'm waiting, I just wanted to hit a quick topic that I think a lot of people forget about, and you can really be hurt by this. And this is what I'm talking about is my son has been telling me how my youngest is basically throwing me under the bus with their mom. And their mom tries to drive wedges between everybody. So partly what it is it's a triangulation between me, my son, and my daughter. And now that her mom is giving her a little bit more attention and giving her that drip of attention, she's really gravitating towards it. So anytime that she can come up with something, meaning my daughter, to strengthen that bond with her mom about how things are, that they'll do it. And the thing is that my son did this, my middle daughter did this. I really had hoped that my youngest wouldn't have done it, but unfortunately, that's what's happening. Okay, so what is the point? Or the point of this video, and that is, it's important to remember that whenever your kids are stuck in the middle of this and they're really craving the attention of the other person, that they will more than likely do things like this. They'll tell the other parent what they want to hear, play into that because they get positive attention as a result of it. Now, the key on this is to always back this up with how does that child act when they're with you. If they're lashing out and they're saying things like that, well, then that's more of a problem, and you need to deal with that. But it's one of those things where if that's not the case, if you are okay with them, if everything seems normal when they're with you and they're attentive isn't the right word, but they're giving you attention and they're affectionate and stuff like that, use that to gauge everything that's going on and what it really means. In other words, if you're hearing this, I know it's hurtful. I mean, whenever I heard this the other day, I'm like, really? Really? After all this time and everything, why would she even say that? And I felt this way, like I said, with all my different kids. I know all of them, and the older ones have even admitted that they've fallen into this trap before. It's one of those things they don't like to talk about, and I mean, it's not like I dwell on it, but I mean, it's one of those things that's really important to know, because whenever you can think about it in those terms, whenever you can recognize really what's going on, it can help calm you down, and it can help strengthen your relationship with your kid. Now, I'm not saying, don't go to them and say, why are you ratting me out? Why are you throwing me under the bus? I mean, that's not what I'm saying, but understanding what's going on, understanding the dynamic, and not taking the bait. See, because that's really the other part of this, is it's really a trap, because it's a triangulation move. If your ex can drive a wedge between you and your child to where you get angry and lash out, it devolves your relationship with them. And what will happen is what I was talking about before when I said, hey, how are they with you? Well, what will happen is that will degrade, and the loving child that you used to be around, who would crawl up in your arms and give you a hug and say, I love you, mommy, I love you, daddy, is going to start going away. Oftentimes, not always, but most of the times, we are playing a huge role in that and how that plays out, and undermining our own relationship. The biggest key on that is not taking the bait, not going down that path, that dark path with this, and undermining your success you've had. Does that mean everything's going to be hunky-dory? No. It means that things will be a little complicated, and it's going to take a little more work. And to be perfectly honest, full disclosure, it is a little frustrating that I'm having to go through this. I thought I was beyond all of this. Any longtime viewers of the channel have heard me talk about some of the things that happened with my daughter and her mom, and how she was really upset, and then like within a really short period of time, that has all changed. I've also seen an attitude change in my youngest as well. So I know it's all intertwined. Some of it's just the whole teenager thing, but I know a lot of it is based on just the subtle, covert manipulation by the ex. Don't fall for the trap. Don't take that bait. Keep building as long as you have access to your kids, keep building the relationship. Keep gauging your success on how your child is with you when it's just the two of you, or just you and your kids. If things are going okay, it freaking sucks. Granted, that's not what you want your child to do. You don't want them to be dishonest. You don't want them to play games like that. You don't want that to happen. Keep in mind that part of the time they're in a torture chamber. I mean, they're basically just trying to survive and trying to figure out how to deal with it. It's whenever that bleeds over to where it really negatively starts affecting your time. Keep in mind, your child's going to feel guilty about this. So expect that transition days will get more complicated, that you might roll into that Groundhog Day effect that I haven't talked about in quite a while. So, but the quick version of that is whenever you do the transitions and your kids come back to you, there is problems with that just because of the emotions and the stress and the anxiety and all that stuff that just create problems. So yeah, I think that if you can get ahead of this or understand what's going on, you can prevent yourself from making huge catastrophic mistakes with your own child and mitigate a lot of the damage. Now, I guess I'll have to update you on how things are going. I'm getting ready to, this would be the the longer time I have with my kids, but the last 2 days, my daughter, from the transition day on, she's been on this trip, so I haven't actually seen her. So I'm going to get her fresh from being effectively around neither one of the parents for the last couple days. So curious what you think about this. If you're struggling with this, and if you've seen this in your own life, maybe some techniques that you've used to help keep you on track, put those in the comments below. I'll catch you on the next video. Take care.